So Sophie's here for a nice, relaxing class. Good yawn. You know, yawning is a great way to release. We release tension in a lot of different ways, and yawning is one of them. So good job, Sophie. All right, so let's find a comfortable seat. Prop your hips up, maybe move hip flesh out of the way so you can have a nice, stable, grounded seat. You want to put your head down, Sophie, and just relax? Yeah, good job. So once you arrive, you might want to close your eyes so you can tune into yourself. Yeah, and close your eyes, Sophie, good job. Relax, you're off duty. And then take those shoulders and draw them up to your ears, and then loop them down, consciously send them down. Make some space between the shoulders and the ears. And let your hands rest wherever they're comfortable. You might wiggle around a little bit more. See if you can settle in a little bit more. Maybe a little sigh like that. I love how Sophie just helps me, inspires me. And take your first conscious breath, just a normal breath, breathing in. And do that like Sophie, a nice long exhalation through the mouth. Just release. Let this be our focus today, to release tension, let go. And begin to notice your surroundings. Becoming aware of sounds. Becoming aware of the temperature of the air. And then as you draw your awareness into your self, your body, your mind, just notice what's going on for you today. So yoga is a practice of acceptance of what is. And once we accept what our circumstances are without judgment, it's easier to let go of those things that might not be necessary any longer. So with that in mind, let's begin to allow a deeper conscious breath into the body. So softening the belly, inviting that breath in through the nostrils, filling up the belly, the space around the ribs expand, and then the lungs expand. Maybe your shoulders draw back a little bit more, creating a little more space in the chest, that heart space. And pausing at the top of the inhalation just until you are ready to let go. And then softly, slowly release the air through your nostrils. Good. Take another full breath in. Pause at the top. And let it go. Good. Take a few more here. Just slow and easy breath in, but filling up. Bringing the air into every part of the lungs that you can find, front and the back. And then pausing and releasing. So on Monday, during Mindful Monday, I read something from the Daily Om. I'll share something with you at the end of the practice, but it was about sending love to our day. And that was a practice that we did in the morning, and this is a practice that we're doing in the afternoon. So I thought we'd continue with that theme and actually send love to our past. Those who are awake to physics, which I don't know a whole lot about, but the physicists talk about time as not necessarily being linear, but being more happening at the same time, parallel timelines. There was a movie, Sliding Doors, with Gwyneth Paltrow that addressed that, about how time was actually happening simultaneously, and how timelines can cross. And you know, it's more complicated than I even care to delve into. But I think in sending love to the future, to our day, to our week, to our life, to whatever happens, we're accepting in some ways what will be, and also adding some love to that. And then by sending love to our past, to you know, the good parts and those things that we may not have been so proud of, finding forgiveness and compassion for whatever was, right? Yeah, I know. Yeah, then we can be fully present. So we don't have to think so much about the future or ruminate about the past. We can just be in this moment. So let's just take a full breath in and send some love before we begin to make any changes in our posture. Let's just send some love to our past, whatever that is for us. Just surround it with beautiful light, or however you imagine sending love would be, and find some acceptance, maybe some release. And then come on back to this present moment. Take a nice big breath to breathe in here and feel yourself here. Feel your seat on the floor. Feel your beautiful, bright posture. And then blink your eyes open, switch the cross of your legs so we get a different feel in our hips. And then let's take some gentle hip circles and really ground into this present moment. Just starting slowly, going in one direction, and then switching directions whenever you're ready. So, yeah. You don't have to move, Sophie. Yeah. We'll do some down dogs in a little bit, okay? You just stay right where you are. And then find stillness here. Again, sit up nice and tall. Take some circles with your nose, drawing some gentle circles right in front of you, just noticing the neck. Maybe you might make your circles a little bigger whenever you're ready. And then again, switch directions there before any dizziness sets in. Good. And then find some stillness. Let everything settle before you blink open your eyes if you close them. Good. And then take your arms out wide. Inhale, reach up. Take a look up. Send your fingertips up to the ceiling. Find that length in the side body. And then take your palms together right above your head. Draw them down right to your heart. Take your chin down to your chest. Good. And from here, pressing your palms in together, turn your fingers toward the front. And then turn your fingers back toward your heart. So you get a little stretch of the wrist. One more time to the front. One more time toward yourself. Then release your arms out. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center, chin to chest. Turn your fingers forward and your fingers back. Let's take two more. Just some gentle wrist stretches. Good. And when that feels complete, inhale again. We'll take our third. Let those palms touch, maybe clap overhead, and then draw your hands down to your heart. Take your wrist stretches. Good. And then shake it out. Excellent. When you're ready, arms come out wide again. Inhale, reach up and look up. And then take a twist to your right. So take your left hand across your body. Take your right hand behind you. Inhale to lift and lengthen. And exhale to take your gaze. So a gentle stretch of the neck toward the right. Good. Breathe in again, lift and lengthen. And exhale, twist. Good. Breathe in again. Exhale, twist as you're able. Only go as far as you're ready. One more breath in. And on your slow exhalation, unwind. Shake it out. Inhale again, reach up. You know what's coming. Take it to the other side. So left hand goes behind you. Right hand rests on the outside of this left leg. Sit up nice and tall on your inhalation. And let your exhalation twist you. So see where your neck is ready to go today. Keep a nice grounded seat. Good. Another breath in to lift and lengthen. And a deep exhalation to twist. Good. One more breath in. And a nice long breath out. Inhale. And use your exhalation to slowly unwind. Good. Come back to center. Switch the cross of your legs one more time. Maybe there might be another one in our future. Bring your hands to the front of your legs and let's take some seated cat-cows. So shine your heart, draw your shoulders back, and then round forward, draw your belly into your spine, tip your pelvis. So just moving gently, very relaxed, right? Right, Soph? Forward and back, warming up the spine. Maybe gazing up, stretching the throat. And then on your exhalation, chin comes to chest, and you're stretching the back, upper back, and the back of the neck. So just move with your breath a few more times. Settling into a rhythm that works for you. Good. And this will be our last time. Let's release our legs from their bondage. Bring them in front of us. Give your ankles a nice little rub, especially if you have an injury like Nancy with an E does, I think. Just give your ankles a nice little rub. And then send your feet forward. So you can still be sitting up on your blanket. And inhale, we'll take a gentle forward fold. So flex those toes towards you unless you have an ankle injury, in which case just leave them. Leave them be, right, Sophie? And then come forward. Find your edge. And just pause there. So you'll notice it right away in your lower back. And just decide where you are here. And then inhale, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, lower. We'll take a couple of these dynamic stretches, just moving slowly just to get our back accustomed to this idea of stretching. I hate to have you move, Sophie. I'm gonna have to have her move a little bit. So let's take one more inhalation to lift and lengthen, and then one more exhalation to just release. So let your hands rest on the floor by your legs. Let your chin come down to your chest, and let your shoulders come forward. Slump asana. And take 3 breaths here. Good. Nice stretch for the upper back and the lower back. And beautiful stretch for the back of the neck. One more full breath in. Really fill up that upper back. And on your exhalation, let's just roll up. One vertebra at a time. Just coming back up using the strength of the abs to rise up. And then go ahead, bring your arms up, look up, and take your left hand over to the mat and lean over, gazing in the opposite direction, keeping both cheeks on the floor. Good. Inhale, come back up to center, reach up, and take it over to the right. Good. Just two more on each side, just getting the side body a little warmed up. That is a relaxed dog right there. Soon we'll be in our relaxed dog, right, you guys? We'll keep it relaxed today. Let's take one more. Good. And then take a hold of the backs of your legs, your hamstrings. Just draw your heels up towards your hips. Sit up and give yourself a hug. Reach up with your gaze, look up. And exhale, just take your chin to your chest, round forward. Let's take our hands behind us, rock and roll, side to side, windshield washers, those legs. I'm stalling so I don't have to move Sophie from her relaxed position. But eventually, all good things come to an end, Sophie, so you're going to have to move a little bit. Come back to center. And then we will come up to tabletop. Okay, you can stay there for just a minute. So take your blanket, place it under your knees, smooth out all the wrinkles. Here, I'll scoot back a little bit so you don't have to move. Bring your hands under your shoulders, spread your fingers nice and wide, and Sophie shake it out. Okay. We're going to come into our cat-cow, so when you're ready, lift your gaze, lift your tailbone. And on your exhalation, draw your belly into your spine, let the crown of your head draw toward the floor. Really round like that Halloween cat. Have you ever met a Halloween cat, Sophie? I don't think you have. We don't have any cats around here. Move with your breath. Just warming up that spine, getting that stretch, pressing the mat away. Excellent. Excellent breath, Sophie. Good. And on this next cow pose, let's pause. And then on the exhalation, come into your Halloween cat pose and pause. Really draw the belly into the spine here. Really let that chin come down to the chest so the back of the neck gets a stretch. And then come into neutral. Turn your palms so they're facing you. So your fingers are facing you somewhat, as much as you're able. And then sink your hips back, maybe just a couple of inches. Get that stretch in the forearms. Good. Why do dogs love yoga mats so much? Good. Turn your hands back around. Place them just ahead. I'm so sorry. You're going to have to move just a little bit. Can I slide my hand under there? Okay. All right, whatever. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, come into your first downward facing dog. Good. Move any props out of your way and go ahead, walk your dog. Bending one knee and then the other. Good. Gazing back toward your knees or your belly button. And then find stillness here. Press into the mat, pressing into all of the joints of the fingers. And just, you know, being gentle with your ankles here, especially if there are any injury. But if you feel like you can stretch your heels a little more toward the floor, go ahead and do that. Take one more breath in, and then we'll come up maybe on your toes, maybe just take a gentle walk forward. Thank you, Soph. So if your blocks are handy, you can place your blocks at the front of your mat. Come into a forward fold. So notice how your lower back is feeling. We've already checked in with it, so maybe you want more of a bend in your knees here. Reach for your elbows, find ragdoll. Take a shake of the head, yes and no. Release tension in the back of the neck, just let it go. Good. Nice big breath in. As you bend your knees, bring your belly all the way down to your tops of your legs. See if you can scooch your hips down a little bit more. And then we're going to roll up, just one vertebra at a time, starting with the lower back, and then the middle back, and the upper back, drawing the belly into the spine, and then drawing those shoulders back and down. Finding our first mountain pose. Coming into our mountain pose. So shoulders nice and back and down. Lift and spread the toes, and then grip your mat so you get that engagement of your quadriceps. Good. Find that placement of the chin so it feels parallelish to the floor. And when you're ready, inhale, reach up and look up. Let your palms touch. And exhale your hands to heart center. Good. Just pause here. Let's turn our palms forward. Our fingertips forward. And then turn them so they face you, facing your heart. Good. Turn them forward again. We're using the strength of our arms. Turn them back. Excellent. One more. Forward and back. And then shake it out. Release that. Sophie, shake it out. When you're ready, inhale, root to rise, reach up, and exhale, go ahead, forward fold. Find your forward fold here. Inhale, we're going to come up halfway. So nice long spine. And then exhale, take your hands to the floor. Go ahead and step back, one leg first, and then the other. And lower all the way down to the floor. Just allow yourself to surrender here. So forehead comes to the floor, hands come to the outsides of the shoulders. And we're just going to take a gentle cobra. Just a gentle cobra. That's a good one. That's a good one, Sophie. And then exhale, slowly lower down. Sophie, shake it out. Can you show us how to Sophie shake? Inhale, press up, and exhale, lower down. So this time we're going to come up through table. Inhale to your cobra, and exhale, come on up through your table. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Good. So it's a very relaxed dog, as promised. When you're ready, take a walk to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Good. We're just warming up still, so take it slow. Inhale, find your halfway lift, your half table, and exhale, refold. We'll go a little bit faster. Inhale, root to rise, reaching up, looking up. And exhale, let your hands come down through the center line of your body. Let them land right at your heart. Take your fingers, point them forward. Take them, point them towards you. Couple more times, just rotating the wrists, getting that engagement of the biceps and the triceps, and then shake it out. Good. Mountain pose. Lift and spread your toes. Find your nice tall posture, shoulders down, chin tucked, belly into spine. When you're ready, root to rise. Inhale, reach up, look up. This time, take a hold of your left wrist and lean over to the right, keeping both feet firmly planted on the floor. Inhale, lift up, and exhale. Go ahead, take it to the other side. Good. Inhale, reach up, maybe look back, and exhale, forward fold. So slow as you go. Inhale, find your halfway lift. And exhale, let's step back with the other leg. Whichever leg you felt like stepping back first, do the other one. Switch it up. And then lower all the way down. Let the forehead come to the mat. Good. Sophie, shake it out. Tops of the feet on the mat, hands resting right outside the shoulders, elbows scooching in toward the body. When you're ready, inhale, lift up to your cobra. Good, Sophie. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up again, maybe a little bit higher. Maybe you're ready for more of a back bend. Keep those shoulders down and away. And exhale, lower. We're going to come up through our table or our down dog. So take it slow. Inhale through your cobra. And exhale, down dog. Good. Excellent. Let's make our way to the front of the mat, whichever way really excites you. So maybe you want to jump. Maybe you want to walk. Get there. Find your forward fold. Release your wrists. And inhale, root to rise. Reach all the way up. Let's lean to the left, reaching for our right wrist. And then inhale back to center. And exhale, lean to the right, reaching for the left wrist. Maybe getting a little more of a stretch on that left side body. Good. Inhale, reach up and look up. Lean back. And exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale to your halfway lift. And exhale, we're going to take our hands to the floor and just step back with our right leg, keeping our left leg all the way to the front of the mat, unless you have a dog there. And just come into your runner's lunge here. Yeah. Yeah, I know. And then rock forward and back a little bit, unless your ankle is compromised, in which case just keep it still. Take your right hand to the inside of the left leg. Peel that left arm up. Take a twist. Good. Maybe take an ankle. Ankles on my mind. Take a shoulder circle here. Good. And then take the left hand down to the outside of the left foot. Lower the right knee to the floor, top of the right foot, and sink back. Stretch out that left leg. Good. Maybe lift the left toes toward your nose. Lift and lengthen. Come up to your fingertips. And then exhale, fold again. So stretches in the hamstrings. If you need to tuck something under your right knee, feel free. Good. Let's take one more breath in as we lift and lengthen. And exhale, refold, nose comes to knee. Good. Come on back. Frame that left foot. Tuck your right toes. We're going to rise on up, coming up to our crescent lunge. So it's a high lunge. Reach your arms up. Get steady. So we've got a little bit of balancing that we're doing here. Right, Soph? It's easy, isn't it? Draw your pinkies toward one another. Draw those shoulders down into the sockets. You've got this. One more breath. Excellent. And then take your goddess pose, cactus, goddess, whichever you prefer. Draw your elbows back and see if you can squeeze your shoulder blades. Palms face forward. Excellent. Nice. And one more thing, keeping that left knee over the left ankle. We twisted to the left. Now let's twist toward the right, keeping our feet right where they are. Reach your right arm back, your left arm forward. Yeah. Awkward, but okay. Take the right hand to the back of the right leg. Lift your left arm up. Maybe look up. Okay. A little bit of a challenge. Maybe keep your gaze forward on something that's not moving. Good. We'll be here for one more breath. Steady as she goes. And as you exhale, take your hands to frame that left foot. You nailed it. I can tell. Step your left foot back. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Let's take a restful down dog. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. One more breath in. One more long breath out. And then make your way to the front of the mat. Take your time. Or jump. I just messed up my mat. So let's just move your paw here. Find your forward fold. Let's hang out in forward fold for just a minute. See if you can take your peace fingers and wrap them around your big toes. And then draw your elbows out. Maybe you bend your knees a little bit, bring your belly to your spine, and then slowly straighten your legs. Good. Any dizziness, hanging your head below your heart, always just come up halfway slowly. Are you smelling my hair? I just washed it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Take one more breath in and release your grip. And then inhale to your halfway lift. Find that half table. Draw the shoulders down and away. When you're ready, relax your way back into your forward fold and then root to rise, reaching all the way up. We'll take one last side bend over to the right. Make it your best. And then we'll take our side bend over to the left. Good. Inhale, reach up, look up, take your back bend. So it might be a goddess or it might be a cactus. And you say tomato, I say tomato. Let's call the whole thing off. When you're ready, release yourself to your forward fold. And then inhale, come into your halfway lift. And then we'll take the left leg back. Good job. So here we are in our low lunge. Let's rock forward and back. Let's get that stretch on this side. And then find stillness. Plant that left hand. Take your twist over to the right. Lift the right arm up. Gaze follows. Maybe take a shoulder circle. Nice. When you're ready, right hand comes down. Not on top of a paw, just beside a paw. Lower the left knee, straighten the right leg, lift those toes on the right side. Find your hamstring stretch here. Good. Inhale to come and find length, and exhale to surrender. Let it go. Release. Send love. Let's lift and lengthen again. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears, and then slowly let it go. So nose comes to knee. And let's just see if we can pause here for just a relaxing moment. Sophie has no trouble with that, so we'll take our cues from her. And then on your next breath in, we'll slowly lower our right foot back. Take your hands to frame the right foot, tuck your left toes, and slowly make your way up to your crescent, high crescent. Where are you going, Soph? Find your high crescent. Find your gazing point. Good. Excellent. Once you feel really steady, let's take our goddess or our cactus, just bending our elbows, squeezing our shoulder blades, maybe gazing up, maybe not, maybe gazing forward. Good. And then when you're ready, left hand comes to the back of the left leg. Maybe that right arm reaches up. Maybe you look up, maybe not. Just find your bliss. Follow your bliss, as Joseph Campbell said. Good. When you're ready, see if you can take that twist in the opposite direction. So right knee over right ankle. Careful if you have ankle injuries. Maybe you gaze back if you're feeling really steady. Good. Take another breath in, keep the breath smooth, and on your exhalation, take your hands down. Frame this right foot. You've got this. Step all the way back. Find your plank pose. So we're not going to move a lot in this plank pose. We're just going to stay here until we feel our abs start to talk to us. What are you looking at? Notice if your breath is getting choppy. See if you can keep that breath nice and smooth. We'll take one more full inhalation. And then on your exhalation, either come down to your knees or come down to your elbows, or both, knees and elbows. And we'll just pause here. We'll take a couple breaths here, keeping that breath nice and smooth and steady because we can. And then lower down, just the tops of the legs and the tops of the feet. And we'll come into a gentle back bend in Sphinx pose. Sophie was already doing it, sort of. So the elbows are under the shoulders are drawing down. And here we stay for just a little bit, giving our back a little compression. So if you feel any pain, we're going to lower down a little bit more. But if this feels good, you can shine your heart. You can close your eyes. And let's take 5 nice, slow, deep breaths. Good. Breathing into this moment. Knowing we're doing such good things for our body. We're correcting posture that has been perhaps slumped over steering wheels or computers. So good. We're doing good stuff. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Nice full inhalation. Long, slow exhalation. Good. Last one, in this shape anyway. And then to come out of this, we've been here for a while, so we want to come out slowly. So we're going to lower all the way down to start. Bring your hands underneath your forehead, so make a little pillow for yourself, and Sophie shake those hips out. We're going to release the lower back before we dare to come up. So take that right knee and draw it up to the right elbow. Come into the sleeper pose. And just pause here. If you want to stretch for your neck, you can turn your right ear to your hands, just turning to the left. Nice breath in. And a slow breath out. And then take the forehead back to center, release that right leg down. Sophie, shake it out. And take that left knee on up to the left elbow. Maybe you turn your head to the right. Just gently releasing the lower back. Breathing in deeply. And breathing out slowly. On your next exhalation, just release the leg, release the head back, a lot of release. Sophie, shake it out. And we'll take our hands to the outsides of the shoulders, forehead comes to the mat. And then we're slowly going to press our way up through tabletop. Stop, pause, notice, and then bring your knees wide as your mat. Bring your big toes to touch, always tucking a blanket underneath your knees if you have a hard surface beneath you. And then sink your way back into a child's pose. So you can come in slowly, and you can always use your props, maybe taking a blanket, placing it between your hips and your legs, unless it's fine without it. It's always a nice option. And then a block or 2 fists under your forehead. And just let your hips relax down. It's okay, Sophie. Breathe in. And let your exhalations be the impetus for your hips to just soften and find that length in the back, getting that good stretch. Nice. Okay, take one more breath in and a slow breath out. And then just to cinch the deal, come back up through tabletop, bring your knees under your hips, and take 3 cat-cows just to get the back stretched out again. Excellent. And then find some stillness. We're going to tuck our toes, lift our hips, downward facing dog. Last little sequence standing up, so we'll enjoy it. Yeah, we will. So relax the back of the neck as you gaze back in your down dog. Take a big breath in, and this time we're going to lift our right leg up to the sky. I am not in a good place. I need to move a little bit more. Good. Open up your hips. See if you can take your fire hydrant pose. Don't take any ankle circles unless your ankles are feeling really good today. When you're ready, release that leg back out. Look forward as you draw your knee forward, draw your body forward, and then get that leg up to the front of the mat. Somehow, some way, find a long runner's lunge. We've already been here before. And then we're going to use the strength of our legs to rise up, coming up into crescent lunge. Good. We've already been here too, so it might feel a little familiar. Good. Let's open up into our goddess or cactus. Good. And then send our right arm back, our left arm forward in our twist. Maybe reaching that left arm up for our crazy balancing twist. Excellent. And then take that right arm, reach it up to meet the left, and then open up warrior 2 on the right. So reaching out, extending from the heart out to the fingertips, right knee over the right ankle. Good, we've got this. Beautiful. Draw the shoulders down and away. And then take that right leg, bring it to straight or almost straight. And then lean forward until you find your edge, and then the right arm goes down for triangle, left arm lifts up. Maybe you gaze up. Depending on your balance today, it's always different. Enjoy this triangle. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then we're going to keep this right leg straightish. Come back up through modified warrior 2. Reach that right arm up. Take the left arm back behind you and lean to your left. You might want to take a hold of your right wrist if you like, just to get that deeper expression of your side bend. Take another breath in, and as you exhale, we'll lower back down to warrior 2. And then take your hands down to frame your right foot, spin your left foot so it's facing forward. We're back in our runner's lunge. And then take your hands all the way down to the mat. We're going to take our right leg back up, lift it up again, just where we were, maybe open it up. And then slowly lower it down. Find your downward facing dog again. Take a nice breath in and a slow breath out. And then we'll take it to the other side. So left leg lifts. Maybe take your fire hydrant, opening up that hip. Breathing in. Breathing out, extending the left leg. Inhale. And then as you exhale, bend that knee, send that left leg forward. Come to your fingertips. Left knee over left ankle, rise up. Find your crescent. Draw those pinkies toward one another. Nice long lunge here. Beautiful. Inhale. And exhale, open up, warrior two. Good. I forgot, come back through crescent. Let's open up, come into our goddess. Squeeze your shoulder blades because we can't do this enough. Good. Take your right arm back, left arm up, reach up. Good. Right arm re-extends, crescent, and then open up. Here we are, warrior two. Reaching out from the heart, taking up space. Good. Finding that drishti over that left hand, left middle finger. Begin to straighten that left leg and lean forward. Finding your triangle, left hand reaches down, right arm reaches up. Twisting that torso toward the right. Good. Pressing equally into both feet completely, all sides. Breathe in, breathe out. Good, we're gonna slowly make our way back up, keeping that leg straight, and then take your reverse. So you can take your half bind or reach up for your wrist, finding sky archer here. Good. Nice breath in. Long breath out. Excellent. Release back to warrior two. Bend that left knee. Good. And then take your hands to your hips. Spin both feet so they're facing forward. I'm going to come into a forward fold, wide-legged. So hands can come to hips. Just come forward until you find your flat back. Draw the belly into the spine. Take your gaze somewhere just ahead of you so you have a long neck. And then we'll start with our left hand on the floor. Take your right arm up and take a twist. Follow it with your gaze. Good. Take your right hand down. Take your left arm up. Reach up. Follow it with your gaze. Good. Let's take two more, just moving with your breath. Inhale, reach that right arm up. And exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale left. And lower it down. Right. Good. And left. Nice. And on this next one, just take your hands, draw them back toward your feet. Let yourself hang. Forward fold. Hopefully feels good. Shake it out. Yes and no. Right and left. And take any, if you feel like an inversion, like you feel like you just have to get into a headstand, feel free to go for it. And when you're ready, we're going to take our fingertips, draw ourselves back up to our halfway lift, and then walk ourselves back around to the front of the mat. Take your hands to frame the left foot, step it back, downward facing dog. Last dog of the day, so make it a good one. Lift your hips a little higher, lengthen the spine. Good. And when you're ready, we're just going to come down to our mat. So through table to one hip, and then all the way down, finding our backs, hugging our knees into our chest. We've deserved this for a long time, and it's time to reward ourselves. Don't take any ankle circles. I just so naturally do that, unless your ankles are really healthy. Take your right leg and crisscross it over your left, and then reach gently for your ankles and draw them toward your hips. Good. Notice what's going on in your shoulders. Maybe you could snuggle them down a little bit more. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. And then when you're ready, left foot comes to the floor, right ankle gently crosses over this left thigh, and then reach through for whatever you can get a hold of, that left hamstring or the left shin, and draw it in for figure 4. Good. Soften your face, soften your jaw. Find your edge here. And then just let it go. Relax the left foot, relax the right foot. Soften the eyes and the jaw. Take a nice full breath. And then let it go. On your next breath in, fill up. And on your exhalation, we're going to switch. So crisscross the left leg over the right, and then hug your ankles in towards your body. Relaxing shoulders. All the things, all the relaxation. Sophie just moved. She's relaxed no matter where she is. That's good. Take one more breath in. And a nice long breath out. And then we'll switch our figure 4 to this side. So this left ankle gently rests on the right quadricep. And then reach for whatever you can get a hold of. Take your stretch here. Good. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more breath in. And one more breath out. Good. On your next round of breath, just slowly take both feet to the floor, somewhere near your hips, about hip width. And then we'll take a bridge pose or two. So hands come to the floor, to the mat, and snuggle your shoulders underneath you so you have a nice bright chest. And then lift your hips up as high as feels good to you. Maybe you reach underneath you and clasp your hands. A gentle resting of the back of the head and on the floor. So just kind of keep that in mind. Softness. Notice if your jaw is clenching. See if you can soften it. Maybe you lift your right hip up to the right a little bit. And then maybe you lift your left hip up and just find that fullest expression of your bridge. And on your exhalation, lower all the way down. Good. Maybe rock and roll side to side. We'll take one more bridge. Because again, it's so good for us. So palms come to the floor, feet planted. Just gently lift those hips up high. Clasp underneath as you like it. Good. Soften. Open up that chest. See if you can lift your left hip a little bit higher, and then your right. Maybe you lift up just a little more. Strong legs. Good. One more breath in. And let your exhale just lower you down one vertebra at a time. Send that left leg long. Notice how long it feels, and hug the right leg in. No ankle circles. Oh my gosh, I'm such a ankle circle girl. I didn't realize it. Lift the right leg up. Good. So in solidarity with one of us, we're not doing any ankle circles today. or points or flexes. We're just stretching our hamstrings. Good. Let's take one more breath in. Let's bend the knee and take the left hand and gently draw the right knee on over to the right for a twist. Open up that right arm. Take your gaze in that direction. Breathe here. Exhale to release. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, let go somewhere. On your next breath in, hug that knee in and then extend it down. Draw the left knee in and lift it up. Good. Again, we'll refrain from pointing and flexing and circling the ankles in solidarity with our friend. Good. As you bend your knee, gently draw this left leg across the body. Open up the left arm. Turn your gaze in that direction. Nice big breath in. See if you can soften that left shoulder. Twisting from the left side. Full breath in. And exhale. Gently release. Good. Slowly make your way to your back. Find your best Shavasana shape. Snuggle your shoulders underneath. Let your legs come wide. Hands rest, palms face up on the floor. Just surrender to gravity. Let this practice seep in, integrating your mind, your body, and your spirit. We'll take just a moment to rest, and then I'll lead you through this guided meditation as I promised in the beginning. From your state of deep relaxation, envision the place where you feel most safe and secure. It need not be a real location. It can be an isolated private island, a tropical beach, or a mountain sanctuary. It can even be your own room. Take the time to really see and experience your sacred space. Smell the air. Listen for sounds. And feel the ground beneath you. When you are relaxed in your surroundings, envision a road. Look down the road and watch for the arrival of whomever you wish to make peace with. Let this person, or maybe it's an animal, let this person or animal come at any pace. And when your visitor is in full view, ask if your companion is willing to heal with you. If the answer is yes, look at yourself first. How old are you? What are you wearing? How old is your companion? And what does the person or animal look like? The next step is to envision or imagine a fire. It can be in any form you wish. A campfire, a ceremonial blaze, or a bonfire. As you begin to heal, throw your baggage into the flames and ask for forgiveness or for the closure you are seeking. If you wish, you can step into the fire, knowing it will not harm you. Release everything that you no longer desire for yourself or your companion into that fire. In doing so, you may feel your body temperature rise, or you may shake, or you may have another response. Just notice. Know that it is normal, and take as much time as you need. When you are finished, release your visitor to turn and walk back down the road. Stay in your safe place for as long as you desire. And when you are comfortable, begin to deepen your breath. Make small movements with fingers and toes. And as you're ready, roll to one side. Take your time to press up to a comfortable seat. And join me with eyes closed or soft gaze. And just take a moment to notice sensation, emotion, mind, breath, and spirit. And as you're ready, reach your arms up for all the goodness. Draw it down into your heart. Let your chin bow to your heart. Take a moment for some gratitude for this practice. And take a moment to send some peace, some love, whatever seems appropriate to your companion, knowing that you have perhaps begun the work of forgiveness, reconciliation, maybe even love. Thank you for joining me for this practice, me and Sophie, that is. Until next time, namaste. You still back there, Soph? Oh, you guarding the door? Good girl. Good girl. You want to do a down dog? Do you want to practice and do a little down dog? Come on, let's down dog. Let's down dog. Come on. Can you down dog? Can you come into a down dog? Come on, down dog. Down dog. Yes, you did it. See? Yes, good girl, good girl, good girl.